maybe Troy's back. So cheers, Troy. Welcome to your first happy hour with us. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Shit.
I did not know this was happy hours. There's no way I would have been missing it.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Water.
All these cheers are fucking me up.
Okay, let's do Boneless Ones and welcome, guys. The whole band.
Hello, March.
Band here. Hello.
We're all here.
Hey, Max and Troy. Good to meet you. We had Max on before, but not Max on video, and no Troy and no Chris, and newest member Craig Locicero. So welcome, all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy.
Yay.
Howdy.
I think.
Craig.
Yeah,
Hey, March, I wanted to tell you something and let everybody know. I think March might be our biggest supporter. I think that March has bought the most merchandise out of any of our fans. And I'm not bullshitting. March has bought records. March has bought sweatshirts. March has bought socks. March has bought.
I know.
Cheers to you, March.
I know.
There you go.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
And let's be clear.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Be clear about that. March, you bought all that way before I jammed with these guys, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's no refunds.
You did.
No, I kept seeing Craig wearing the same stuff that I wear. I'm like, wait, can I be in the band too? I wear all that stuff. But
I think
Mr. Jimmy
might already
Arsenal.
be in the band.
Jimmy, I love you, buddy.
Oh,
I was
Jimmy,
tripping
awesome.
on these guys for a while. Let me, they'll tell you their point of view, but I was there at their last show when they played at the UC Berkeley campus, and I witnessed that whole thing, and I was like, and as a kid, because I was like fucking maybe 17 or so, just standing there watching them, I was just like totally tripping out on how good the band was, how much confidence Max had. I was like, these guys are fucking cool. I knew Chris from Attitude Adjustment and all that stuff, but I was just tripping on how good the guitar player was. I was like, fuck, these guys are. And then they broke up. And I didn't hear anything for years. And then I just see Chris wearing merch again. I'm like, oh, maybe they're getting back together. So that's how it all kind of came around to me. Like, I was just like, oh, maybe they're getting it. And then they did the Christmas song. And then I get a phone call. And then I get a phone call. So you guys can take it from there.
Yeah, you're the latest member. So I know Chris has been, because when I saw Boneless Ones, I'm a latecomer. I saw them at the Hate Street Fair a couple of years ago and was totally in love. I'm like, who are these guys? It's like Boneless Ones. They've been around forever. It was a little bit before my time. So Kontos was drumming at that gig, and I was just like, oh my God, I was just loved them so much.
Yeah.
And and after that was a couple of years ago, guys, right? When was that?
2019, right, Max?
Yeah, June 2019.
Yeah.
But March,
that was cool.
You got to realize Chris was our drummer in '87 when we broke up. When Attitude Adjustment was on some hiatus or something, Chris came and started drumming for us. So Chris was our drummer at the end. So Chris was drumming when Craig saw us, when MDC opened up for us and all that. So it's full circle. It's full circle.
Just a legendary show in my mind. Like I said, and MDC was badass too, but you guys really stuck out. And like, I was so blown away by how good the guitar playing was in a punk band. And I was like, it was a crossover though. That's what I took away from it. They were more of a crossover band.
Oh yeah, we still are. Our new songs are all over the place. It's awesome.
They're pretty fucking cool. I am so stoked about the material that they came to me with, and the stuff that we're writing together. It's an incredible outlet for me to have this much fun doing something simpler and just straight to the fucking point. You know what I mean? It's way more Bonded by Blood-esque in the riffs, but yet there's some real old school punk throwback stuff too. And I even brought a circle jerks kind of riff to the party. So
yeah,
man,
that for us, something that was really happening for us was that we wanted to, 36 years later or whatever, want to hit the brand. And what Luke brought to the table was, he's one of Joe Satriani's first top 10 students. And that's, Vi, Bob Coons, Kirk Hammett, Luke, it goes on.
Rick, you know.
And-
Rick
Unel and stuff. So the funny thing about the Boneless Ones back then was like they hit the stage and you're like, wow, this guy is way too good to be in this band. You know, I mean, so
Wow, thanks, dude.
so what we needed to really hit that mark was somebody that was steeped in the Ruthies in, had that, you know, that kind of branding, and that kind of, you know, scarification on them. And Craig has hit the marks. He's brought in songs. Me and him have never been able to really be in bands playing this kind of carefree, just explode kind of music. You know, we've been in some pretty serious bands together, that were trying to reinvent the wheel, if that makes sense. And this is like the blues of metal. You know, you come in, you might not know this song, but you know this music, and the chemistry is on fire right now, and I'm super stoked that he's in the band with us. And
I'm having so much fun. You know, I just come and I have sort of half-written songs, and then Craig turns them into fucking masterpieces. So, you know, it's so awesome.
Wow.
I'm having a blast, man. When I said it the first practice, we came in there and was like, let's keep the fun. You know, we should
motto.
never make this band anything more than fun. And if it turns into a drag for a minute, remind ourselves that no, this is supposed to be fuck it. You know, that's the way to go into this kind of music and have it be sincere, in my opinion. Just like never lose track of that. Oh yeah, we're really doing this for ourselves. There's no expectations other than let's just make some hella fun fucking killer riffs, you know. And you know what, and Max deserves a lot of credit for being a very, very good lyricist. Like Max he's always downplaying himself, but the way I see it in the lyrics that I've read and what I've heard, he's speaking to multiple generations, crossing over multiple fucking age groups to a really cool spot where I think his words will just hit the kid and hit the fucking, you know, uncle and the parents, and it's really cool because it's
Go ahead, Grandpa.
There's a deep connection. There's a deep connection in all these lyrics that are so simple and don't fucking get pretentious and preachy, and there's no politics. There's no anything, you know, that would be in most bands that are serious. But it is serious in a way because it's, like I said, it's spanning generations of different things we've all gone through. So I love it. It's fun, and it's just a different avenue for me that I've never been able to flex that muscle.
Right. No, it's awesome. And yeah, you hit the nail on the head about Max's lyrics. You feel the energy, you hear the lyrics, you just get it right away. It's not like, huh, what's going on? Like, what's he talking about? You get it and you get into it. That's why I said when I saw them at the Hate Street Fair, I'm like, oh my God, I love them. And like kind of moved forward and just was trying to tape. And I was like, oh, screw the taping. I just want to enjoy it. It was just so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've always told Max, you know, that he's, you know, he's a true storyteller, you know, and it's like, if you listen to the very first record, every song, like you said, March, you're right there. It's imagery, it's audio movie kind of lyrics. You know, they take it right to a situation or a time or whatever, and that's really being carried on right now. So I'm super stoked that Max and myself and Troy. I mean, Troy hasn't played bass what, in 20 some odd years.
I hadn't played for 29 years when Max.
That's insane.
Hey, we're gonna play this Hate Street Fair. What do you think? I'm like, well, I had to go get my bass out of the garage. I had to get the it to like be straight because it was all warped. Like literally with a hex key going, I think I can get this straight. And then relearn, like very slowly. It took me a little while to relearn. I just sat there with my friend and started relearning, and it's, you know, it's a lot of fun.
Let me real quick brag on Troy. Troy is a hardcore editor in the movie industry, and he did all the Tales from the Crypt on HBO, and he's gone on to like Walker, Texas Ranger, and Jennifer Aniston movies, and I think currently you edited You, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
dope.
he transcended into a part of entertainment that, is next level. And we're actually playing FanX in Salt Lake City this year, the after party at FanX. And, he's going to be the fucking rock star there. You know what
Which
I mean?
is tell them what FanX is for the people. That
FanX is it's the second largest horror convention in the United States, I think, other than San
dope.
Diego.
Yeah.
And it's massive. And when that place empties out at like 8:00 on Saturday night, multiple bars fill to capacity. So we're actually lucky enough to be playing one of the after parties at one of the venues there. But the cool thing is that myself and Craig are going to speak on a panel because they do like a mixed media perspective panel, and then also they're going to have Troy speak on the heavyweight panel. And so that's going to be really a cool, fun thing for us to go do. And but yeah, Troy, it's been worthy amount of time off the base, right? Productive in the other direction for sure. But I gotta say, I'm so stoked that he came back and put the old Korg on. He plays one of those Korg basses, that just looks like a stick. And, to see bass, to see that iconic bass for the Boneless Ones broke back out, and like it's like hitting on all marks. So we're pretty stoked.
I got to brag
That's
on him for a second.
fantastic.
I got to brag on him for 1 second too, because I played with some really, really good bass players, but I've never played with anyone who has much fucking rhythmic attack. Like for a guy who hadn't touched it in that many years, he's like attacking. So him and Chris, you already know Chris can attack. So there's this whole thing happening where I'm just kind of gliding over this whole rhythm thing, and then you got Max spewing this poetry. This like, it's a cool, it's cool, man. I mean, it's just if it's ever not fun, and then it's not cool anymore, and so it's gonna stay fun, and we'll just keep.
But we have a lot of fun. We're making a new album that'll cut, that we're gonna record in a couple months, and that's it's all really exciting stuff we're doing, honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna go in and record at Shark Bite with Zach. And
okay.
Yeah, that's the spot. I just did the
Sounds like it.
I did the Machine Head re-recording of the Burn My Eyes there, and Zach is just like fixing things before you can get into the control room. You're like, I did that one thing. He's like, yo, you mean this part? Yeah, got that, bro. In between fantasy football, I fixed all your drums.
Exactly. The guy. I told him he's like a lazy Susan of information. He spins around and he grabs something off each time. You know what I mean? I'm like, Zach, dude, he did it with us. We did the Dress the Dead thing this last week, and I think that's honestly some of the best work he's fucking done. We did it so fast and just kept it real, and it was just great. I can't imagine how cool he's going to be for the Boneless Ones, where we keep it raw. It's going to be very fucking cool.
Okay, very interesting. So yeah, Troy, I stalked him on IMDb because when I had Max on a couple of months ago for the first time, I was like, wow, because he said, Troy, he's legit, check him out. So I was looking. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's very exciting. And actually, Troy, can you talk about, didn't you help get some of the Boneless Ones music on several films?
Oh yeah, so, no, we're on 3 Diary of a Wimpy Kid films. We were the music of Roderick's band. Whenever they're like, he's playing music and they're like, turn that shit off. That's us. And and we're also in a tattoo parlor in the Jennifer Aniston movie, Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
That's
cool.
dope.
So I
I
guess we're
have to throw in, I gotta say, for their they just did that live stream, and I was really impressed. It sounded so good. It was super clean. The vocals were great. The drums sounded great. Craig's fucking guitar tone was just massive. So it was great to hear him.
All live, baby. After only 2 practices, we did 2 practices with headphones on, and then that's the first time we ever went in a room and played out of amps. And Chris still plugged his drum set in.
I use the electric drums.
Yeah, we made it fast. Like, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this, right? So let's just go in and do this quick. And that's what we did. And Joe did it. Joe Miller did it. I met him. I loved him. He's an awesome guy. So that was really fun.
Yeah, it came out
Keep
great.
the fun.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you, Sid.
Yeah, I look forward to I missed it live, and then I was chatting with Max, looking on Twitch clicking on the link, but there was no on demand. So he sent me the file. So I look forward to checking that out. So I think you were doing 4 songs for May 4th, Star Wars Day. So how long did
Yeah,
your
we
4
did.
songs?
We did
How long did it
we
take?
did 6 songs. Yeah, we
Oh,
did
you
6
did?
songs
Okay.
for that, and we got to play with Space Vacation on that, and Lost Puppy Forever, and
Yeah, it's
Oh, and the metal band, the black metal band.
Oh,
I
Something the
missed that.
Valkyrie.
yeah, Arm the Valkyrie.
Arm the Valkyrie, right? And they were cool.
I like
They were-
Something the Valkyrie. They were cool too.
Yeah, that was some informed fucking black metal. It was cool. It was on a behemoth tip, kind of.
Sonoma black metal.
That monomarth feel too, you know. That
Yeah,
Viking
exactly.
metal.
They were cool.
Awesome. So I think one thing that you guys talked about, Max talked about, I think your older albums like being re-released or remastered. What's going on with that? The bonus ones.
Beer City Records, which is a record label, ironically, in Milwaukee, hence the name, is a record label that kind of focuses on reissuing classic older punk rock records, JFA or The Faction, JFA, a lot of skateboard stuff, but they also do all the NBC and DRI records. And so he approached us and wanted to reissue the record. So we've gone ahead and did that. That came out last summer, I think around June as well. It's selling, it's doing very, very well. So I couldn't be happier with that. He remastered it. He took some songs from our different releases. We did a release with Thrasher Magazine, Thrasher Skate Rock 3. We did a release called Them Boners Be Poppin', that were compilation records, but he took the songs off those, so he was able to put together kind of a definitive, more or less all the materials the Boneless Ones had ever put out on one album. So it was pretty cool, and remastered it. He did a great job. The original producer was a guy named Kevin Army, who is a big name in Oakland music. He did the whole Lookout catalog. I mean, the record he did after ours was Operation IV's record, to give you an idea, the one Operation IV record. Then
I gotta say about that record, just one thing, and I told these guys, I made a massive compilation of hundreds of punk albums and songs and shit that I love.
Compilation.
Yeah, it's a long, playlist, whatever you want to call it. And then, but every time a Boneless One song comes up, it's one of the biggest sounding. That Kevin Army guy fucking rules, because it still stands. It still sounds
It's
great.
mastered. It's mastered fucking killer. I think that was the one thing I noticed right away, even back in the day. Same thing, put on records, and look, there was plenty of records that were recorded kick ass and then got fucked in mastering.
Yeah.
And that was happening a lot. And that record has punch. It jumps into the room.
Troy, were you there when we went to Fantasy and mastered it?
I'll go.
That's George Horn, right?
No, I was not.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
literally going
George
up in the
Horn.
elevator. The guy
George
said,
Horn.
Prince
Yep.
is on the 3rd
That's the
floor.
man.
David Lee Roth is on the 6th floor. And I went,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? So, anyway.
So there's some
That's
killer
good.
stuff coming up for the band, though. We're playing with DRI at the Ivy Room,
That's tight.
which is super cool. That's on October
It's in Berkeley.
23rd,
Okay.
correct?
I am so excited by that. Hometown show.
That's going to be ridiculous. And
Yeah,
then the Tom
Ivy Room's in
Hunting.
Berkeley, right? Ivy Room is in Berkeley, right?
Albany,
It's
right?
Albany,
Albany.
on San Pablo Boulevard. Yeah. And then we're doing the Tom Hunting benefit with Jesus Crisis and Blind
Illusion.
Illusion at
Mhm.
On the
Right.
Y, July 17th.
Mhm.
That's going to be awesome. One of my I have to say, Tom Hunting is one of my biggest idols, not only as a person, but as a drummer as well. And I'm pulling so hard for him right now, I can't even express. It's going to make me fucking cry. I got to be in Exodus in 92 and go to South America with them. And I have never been so overwhelmed with this feeling of I have to do this guy justice, because back in Ruthie's, you'd be there on a Tuesday night. You know, people build Ruthies up to this thing, but there would be like a Tuesday night, Stone Vengeance, Corrupted Morals, Attitude Adjustment, and Sacrilege. And there's 29 people there. You know,
try every Tuesday night. But yeah,
right?
You know what I mean?
So, you know, because Wes was giving us all as much opportunity to get in there, get on stage, and get it out, right?
Mhm.
And so not every show was this mystical, magical, packed fist bang mania, Toby head walking 85 steps into the audience. You know, and not everything was like that. You know, sometimes there was just run of the mill, almost rehearsal shows.
Lots of
And
them.
to look over and have, you know, Matt Fillmore and Tom Hunting fanning you with 12-pack cases, you know, because it was so deadly hot in there. You know, Tom and I connect on levels from back in that part of time. So to be able to do a benefit for him, to help him in any way possible is just, you know, it means so much to us. And I hope, you know, we're going to get a live stream going so people who can't be there
Oh, good. Good.
can get ticketed, you know, to donate and watch it, because it is going to be limited capacity. I think On the Y holds 300 and they're talking about 100 people.
They said 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and,
basically, yeah.
And I'll tell you, I'm cool with that. The vaccination doesn't mean you can't catch it, and it doesn't mean you can't get it. It just means you'll probably be way farther in the fight if you do contract it. IgG is what fights it. IgM is the virus. So when IgM shows up, you have more IgG to fight it. So I do think that's going to be a cool capacity for the show. I'm with that. And but we do want more people to be able to participate in the show by getting ticketed live stream.
Yeah.
Do some raffle stuff. I think I'm going to put something up pretty special from the Burn My Eyes tour for raffle, and potentially a couple broken cymbals and stuff like that, you know, signed and whatever. I'll get whoever they want to sign it, and try to get as much money for Tom going as possible.
Yep. I'm going to donate some forbidden stuff to it as well. That we will donate. So we're hoping, because I mean, 100 people, you know, if you're talking about 100 people, then that leaves about 2,000 people outside, right? So instead of having them all show up, we'll make sure we give them plenty of leader time for the simulcast, and we'll do something streaming for everybody so they can all donate. Like, just buy a ticket. There you go.
Yeah, that's good. Well, let's toast to Tom. To recovery. So to Tom Hunting.
Tom Hunting.
And may I ask a question while we're toasting here? Well, you guys had shows that, you know, didn't have the outcome that you wanted as far as the audience, but say there was like a couple cats in the audience that were just totally into it. Would you play for them alone, or would you just be like, fuck it, it's only like one or two, you know, it's a bad night, let's just play rather than
you gotta realize Ruthie's we're from Berkeley, right? So I mean, those one or two people are going to be our best friends from high school.
Right.
Yeah, we played 100% whether it was empty or not.
Exactly.
We tried to.
If you're talking to guys, we're also.
I'm not trying to. Yeah. Totally. I'm not trying to put anybody down by saying this, but there's a difference between musicians and entertainers, and I have to say that Ruthie's it bred entertainers. If you're not entertaining Peter Carter and Jeff Bovey and Toby Rage, they're gonna let you know.
Yeah.
So you couldn't go up on stage and half step it. You couldn't go up there and be lackadaisical, because you would get shit, spit, toilet paper wads, whatever, you know. So it was a true breeding ground. So yeah, you couldn't give anything but 100%, or you were going to get shit for it. So
yeah, you wouldn't survive the gauntlet.
Something to think to for younger musicians and everything, like, and entertainers. Like, you really need to write a pros and cons list, if you will. Musician, entertainer,
right?
And fill out both sides and see where you end up, because you are asking for people's hard-earned entertainment dollar to come see you. So,
And
Right.
Chris brings up a point there.
Entertainer
that
for me.
even on an off night, or the whole point of this, where there's 2 or 3 people, those 2 or 3 people are Peter Carter or fucking Kurt Hammett or fucking Paul Bailoff. They're the 2, 3 people that are sitting at the bar.
Right.
So I mean, you didn't play a half-step gig there. You didn't fucking
no.
You didn't show up with fucking a bad guitar. You showed up with your fucking A game at Ruthie's Inn.
No
And
doubt.
on a Tuesday fucking night.
Because
you
that
never-
was,
That's
you
how you
didn't know
get
who-
possessed. That's how you get Death Angel. That's how you get
Right.
yeah.
all of these,
Try
you
out.
know.
I think that's what separates the the people that really want to do it and the people that are just there think they're going to get laid from it. No matter where you're at, how many people there, you put in 100%, man. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if there's 5 people or 5,000. You play your
Yeah.
heart
Well,
out.
Well,
I
he would,
appreciate
they would
that.
look at
It's
you.
a
They
real
would, they would,
motive.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Greg.
I was just gonna say, I appreciate that because I was the fan that was always like, "Fuck yeah, just play, man." And I never got a bad show, and I just kind of wanted to pass the love, and it's all appreciated.
No, that's
Right
really
on,
cool.
Jerry.
And I'll
Ruthie's
just
was
end it.
cool.
I'll
But
end it with-
remember the New Method warehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
Here's the
bones
fix.
there?
Well,
Yeah, Attitude Adjustment played our 3rd show ever as Attitude Adjustment there, and I saw Corrosion of Conformity there. I saw the Angelic Upstarts, Crucifix, like multiple people at the New Method. There was all those little like offshoot punk rock bars like the Club Foot. It's like, yeah, you might have went to the Broadway, but did you go to Club Foot? And it's kind of like,
Tool and Die.
Cool
in
and
Berkeley,
crap.
cross country, right?
The Milk Bar.
Scotty,
Hey, Max.
Scotty,
Remember the
I
Milk
went to
Bar
a-
in Berkeley?
Milk Bar.
Yeah, we used to go there all the time.
Scotty, I went to an
Awesome.
NBC Crucifix show at New Method, and the Oakland police showed up. And Sothera had the whole crowd just sit down, Indian style. And the fucking cops went away. The cops didn't shut the show down.
Damn.
Interesting.
Nice.
I'll never,
Wow.
I mean, the whole peace
That's,
bump
like,
thing. And I was
that's
like,
one of my best friends right there. Sothera, he's been a lifelong brother to me. I love
So
it.
yeah, I know.
Sothera is amazing.
So yeah, the new meth. We called it the new meth OD. Is what we called it. But
Oh,
Where-
yeah.
Where was this? Where was the New Method?
Adeline and San Pablo.
Oh,
Adeline
okay.
and San Pablo, yeah.
Awesome.
It's
Good
right
point.
next to the freeway. Not right next to the freeway. I mean, dude, you got to remember, like, some people know about COC, but like COC that played the New Method, that
Oh,
was
yeah. It was like, they were the trio.
yes. I mean, we're talking knock your dick into your watch pocket fucking performance. Like,
The two
Oh,
brothers,
yeah.
right?
No, I
At
remember
point,
that.
It was the two brothers, right? Kevin and Reed or something, or no?
yeah, well, Reed Mullen, rest
Right.
in peace,
Right.
and yeah. Incredible band, incredible cool place. I mean, these, the fact that we haven't had more ghost ships because the Boneless Ones kind of come from warehouse mentality.
Yeah.
Definitely the band after the Boneless Ones, not to bring up a bad subject, but the Hell's Kitchen thing was based out of 2200 Adeline, a warehouse situation where we just all built cubby holes with drywall and
seriously.
2x4s.
Seriously, there was no way out of that place.
No way out of that place, so there's something about the secondary show and then down to even the warehouse party kind of gigs that were going on back then. I think the young players really need to wrap their head around, especially moving forward right now after the pandemic, is that, look, probably 60% of the clubs that Machine Head played on this last tour before it stopped are gone forever. Metro Chicago, Hammerjacks, the Gothic, on and on. So people are going to have to rewrap their heads around how to get to each other, how to support each other, how to do more DIY kind of gigs, because this is what's going to be necessary, because your little bar-like club is gone. And so that opportunity to get on stage, and there'll probably be a healthy culling of the herd, because look, I'm not trying to be a dick again, but there's clutter,
Again.
right?
Yeah.
There's clutter, right? And so, look, the talented, the best of the best, the strong survive kind of mentality is going to kind of emerge. And our culture is very delicate right now. So getting together and working those kind of third stage gigs, warehouses, skate parks, kind of guerrilla gigs, people are going to really need to do that to survive, because the little bars are gone.
Right.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yo,
Everyone will
Chris.
definitely have to,
Chris,
put in their
Max,
work
all y'all
into-
boneless ones, we got to do some shows with Mordred and boneless ones
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
there
when
you
this
go.
shit
Yeah.
opens up again. All right, y'all.
Yeah,
Gonna be
I totally agree.
You're like my favorite local band. Come on.
I'm lucky I joined this fucking
I've probably
band.
seen more boneless shows than most people, except for the people in the band.
I want to say,
Awesome.
I got to say one thing, man, and then I got to cut pretty soon. But
Yeah, me too.
piggybacking on what Chris says, man, I think that this is actually a really good thing in certain aspects. It's horrible what happened. It's horrible that clubs are. You can't take things for granted. It's horrible that everyone doesn't have everywhere they can play all the time. But it's going to make people better. It's going to make people. It's sharpened steel. It makes fucking everybody try harder. There's going to be probably little places, like he's saying, little warehouses will probably get opened up again. Maybe even a generator at some fucking little barn somewhere. But you got to do stuff like that now, because otherwise you're not going to really have the place to be heard if you don't take yourself and throw yourself out there and just be brave all over again. Because it ain't. That world's over for now. Maybe in a few years things will start opening up again. But I am fearless when it comes to this. I accept challenges. And I couldn't be happier to be doing it with a bunch of cool people like this. So it's gonna be fun.
And I think
Yeah.
people are going to be really hungry too to go out and see a show. They're realizing what they're missing out on. Once
Oh,
you don't
God.
until it's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, man, yeah, when there's
That's true.
shows, there is going to be 2,000 people outside that show on the.
Oh God.
I'm not sure what we're going to do.
March, why don't you play our video?
What it is a brother can't hold his smoke. We're gonna give it to you. You don't know what you want from your life or from your life. You don't know what you want. Lord, give it to you. I ain't your haters, right? Right from love and night. You don't know what you want. Lord, give it to you. Money, fame, fortune. Lord, give it to you. Sex, power, yellow things in life. You look forward to. Wow. You don't know what you want from your life or from your life. You don't know what you want. I'll give it to you. I ain't your haters, right? Right from love and night. You don't know what you want. I'll give it to you. Money, fame, fortune. I'll give it to you. Sex, power, all those things in life. You look forward to. Money, fame, fortune. I'll give it to you. Sex, power, all those things in life. You look forward to right now. I'll give it to you.
Well, we
Awesome. Great job.
That's fun to watch.
That was
Thank
nice.
you. Yeah, that was awesome.
Craig, it's nice to see you playing with these boys.
Yeah, Craig's eating sushi right now, but
Oh yeah,
It
he
is-
ain't here, but yeah. Well,
it is
you can
great
pass that
playing
on.
with him, bro.
He said he's gonna watch us all later, so you can talk to
Yeah.
him.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah,
know,
man, I love
Scott-
this shit.
You know, it's funny because when we were rehearsing at Soundwave, Scott came in and like did a full remix of our mix and
Save
remember
the
that,
fucking
Scott?
day.
That's right.
Saved the day.
That's right.
Came in and
That's
said,
right.
"Oh, wait a
That
minute."
wasn't, that wasn't just rehearsal, man. That was like the first webcast.
That
Right?
was.
Exactly, dude. You saved
Scotty.
the day, bro. Thank you.
Scotty, we got
Oh, yeah,
7,000
my pleasure.
views.
Anytime, fellas. I love it.
Scotty, we got 7,000 views of that in 8 hours after you helped us.
Sick.
7,000 views in 8 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. So thank you, Scott.
Well, that's all
By
you
the way.
guys, but shit, I'm happy that I was able to be there at that moment in time.
You
Thank you.
reversed the curse. Thank you.
No, it sounded great. So, Max, I think I was asking you, I was looking on that Twitch channel, but they took it off. Are you going to post there's 6 songs set from the May the 4th show somewhere on YouTube or?
Yeah, yes, to a certain extent, we're kind of following Craig's lead, and we're releasing one video every week. In fact, because you played this video tonight, we were going to release it later on this evening and put it up on YouTube.
Okay.
So drop a song every week, every 2 weeks, whatever these guys want to do. So by all means, yes. So effectively, it'll all be up. I don't know if we'll put the whole feed up. Troy has it. We have it. We could. It's like a mini concert. It's kind of fun to watch them one.
It's kind of
That's
fun to
what
watch them
one by one.
individually, honestly. They're like bite-sized snacks.
Yeah, it might be a little easier to palate just a little bit of me at a time. I'm not sure,
Aw.
but I'm joking. But at any rate, yes.
Hey, guess what?
The answer is yes. We are going to do that.